is it time to cancel Kanye West? Is the noise basically what it's around? Because you have these shows and these podcasts that he was scheduled to be on, and they are either taking the videos down, or like in the Shop's case, LeBron's show, The Shop,
Just
they
not gonna
announced
air it.
just not going to air it at all. All right, and then of course the Drink Champs interview.
If it was,
taken down. That's why Juan
if that
asked
was
me.
if that
Juan
was a
asked us.
Golden State shop, it would be released.
The interview that everyone's talking about on Drink Champs. So you got Kanye, he comes out, and you got two different things working against him that people are outraged about. That one is the comment that he made about George Floyd, right? And the comment is that he saw it's a documentary, and he said it don't look like the police foot or knee was bearing down on his neck that hard. Like, it doesn't look like that to me, is what he said. And he died more so from fentanyl. It was more so fentanyl than it was the knee from the police. All right, that's the one thing he said that people got outraged about. And the second thing is the anti-Semitic comments.
What did he
about the
actually
Jewish
say
community.
in that lane?
I want to start with the George Floyd because that's the most controversial. It's not why he got taken down, but it's the most controversial, especially in the black community, right? So, it's not that I don't care to know, but I really don't. We don't know. Let me cancel that. Let me X that out. The motherfucking police killed George Floyd. I mean, you saw it on the video. All right, regardless of what he was on or under, like, he would have lived if that knee wasn't on his neck. You understand? But what people like Charlamagne from Breakfast Club, he's saying he just spat a lie, saying there was a low. George Floyd did have a high amount of fentanyl in his system, so much so that any regular human being, that person would have been dead. That's what the toxicology reports show, and all of that. That's how high of, and compounded by THC, a high THC level as well, mid to low level of THC, to be fair and be accurate. Mid to low level of THC, high of fentanyl. All right, so much higher that if there's any other human being, that person would have been dead. All right, so you got that going. And that comment really didn't have shit to do with shit, right? But we.
Then why say it?
I'm gonna get there.
Please do.
I'm gonna get there
before I die.
No, I'm making points. I don't support every fucking thing Kanye West says. I'm not in that camp of George Floyd dying because of fentanyl over police brutality. But what I will say, there's a lot of shit that people say that you know, famous and great people say that, like, we shouldn't be a part of. Like Martin Luther King, he's a great man, right? He's a great black man, great African American man. You know what he said?
What did he say?
Martin Luther King said, when the white people, the police, or the white man across the street from your house or whatever, when he's looking to hang you or slap you or punch you or shoot you, know what you should do? Turn the other cheek, make sure he get that one too. That's fucking outrageous. That's more outrageous than the George Floyd shit. You know, but he said that, and a lot of black people supported that at the moment. A lot of black people didn't. I don't know why they don't really highlight that part, and there was a divide in the community, but we're not going that far.
There was a huge divide because that was the difference between him and Malcolm X.
And God damn it,
that was a huge acknowledged divide.
And I'm going down. That's the third lane I'm going down. But I wouldn't
compare Kanye to any of those people.
No, I'm comparing it to. I'm not comparing the men. I'm comparing the situations and the comments because it's similar in vein. Because
but you're stretching a hamstring to give credibility by bringing the other guys in the conversation.
But it's there. You know what I mean? It's there. It's not there. It's there.
What's where?
Huh?
What's where? I'm lost.
The credibility to
what?
To the outrageous, to support the outrageous sentiments and comments that Kanye West says. All right, because they're not fucking the anti-Semitic comments.
I don't know what he specifically said. So I am interested in that.
So he's saying stuff like, and I got a couple of the comments here, but he's saying stuff like Jewish people are holding black folks back. He's talking about the record company. He's talking about the movie industry. He's talking about the entertainment industry, and he's talking about his experience and other experiences of how much control the Jewish community have, and how much they have held black people back over time. That's what he's saying.
Is that news?
Huh?
Is that news? I mean, Jewish people have controlled the entertainment industry since its inception.
Listen to this. This is the fucking insane world that I'm living in.
Go ahead.
The shop came out and said, we're not going to air the Kanye West interview because of anti-Semitic and racist comments that he made. Now, when he goes on Drink Champs and he says all of that, we now know what he's talking about because that was a broad statement that he made. We know now he's talking about the Jewish community and what they did to the black community.
Right.
They did not air it because of that, right? Because of anti-Semitic, and that's all. First of all, it's not even bad what he's saying because it's common knowledge, number one.
Right, it's common knowledge.
And number two, it's not even that rough of what he's saying. But they let, and you gotta excuse my language, but that's what they do. They let niggas come on TV and all these podcasts all for 20 fucking years and scream, fuck this nigga, I'm gonna fuck his bitch and screw this and he ops this and die this, and we let Drake and Pusha T beef on every fucking platform. We let Tupac and Biggie kill each other on every fucking platform. But when Kanye West comes and talks about some shit that's common knowledge and about something that's holding the black race back, you niggas want to get on social media, you want to get on these TV stations and talk about he's fucking crazy and out of his fucking mind. That's just not real. All right, you think about that. They took it down and don't want his comments out about something that was so light, but they let y'all go on these fucking music videos. MTV, BET got fucking rich off y'all destroying other black men. They don't say, oh, we're not gonna air this interview. They didn't say that about Drake huge interview when they talked about Pusha T, and they didn't do all that shit, man. Jeezy, Gucci, man, all those fucking interviews. We watched 1 billion streams of Jeezy and Gucci, man, going at it 20 years after the fucking shit even happened. But that's what we want to see, and they let y'all see that. They let y'all view that. They let that go on. But the 1 second, one individual, which is the first time in my entire life I've ever heard a black entertainer come out in the public and say anything about the Jewish community. This is the first time I've ever heard it. Not saying it's never happened. It's the first time I've ever heard it. And as light as it was, he didn't say, I'm going to fucking kill every whatever, Jay, I don't want to get you, I don't want nobody coming in here and taking me to fucking who knows where. But he didn't come in, he didn't say all of that, right? The first time somebody says that, they're getting fucking taken off air. He's crazy. He needs help. Come on, man. It's something to that. I
mean, I agree with that singular point. It doesn't excuse Kanye for being unstable.
He's not unstable.
He's
not unstable.
He is.
He's at a point. He's at this point where none of us dare, like, we just don't dare to go. And I'm talking about black people. And this is the thing too. This is another thing, because I said this all along before Kanye ever wore a Magna hat, and you can kind of agree to this, so we talked about this 1,000 times. I'm not a Trump hater. You know that. I'm not. I think and I know Trump has done more for black folks than any other president in the history of the United States. I know that because it's a fact and it's backed up and you can look it up. I've already talked about it on the show. That's one. But number two, yeah, I know Trump probably identifies as a racist. He probably is a racist. If I had to bet every dime in my fucking pocketbook, I got a pocketbook too. And he probably is a racist. I would bet on that. But that type of racist, that's not the enemy. I said this my entire fucking since high school. That's not the guy we're looking for. We're not looking for Donald Trump. We're not looking for, the guy across the street that he looks at you funny every time you walk down the street with your white girlfriend. That's not the racist. That's not the guy. That's not the enemy. They're everywhere. The power struggle, the power structure, that's the real enemy, right? Because that's who's systemically holding black people back. They're the ones who can make influence rules, right? And Kanye is at a point where he's on a journey where he's finding it out and understanding it, but exactly where, because from where I sit, I can say that, but I don't fucking know who, what, when, where, or why, or how. He's at a stature where he can find all of that out and bring it out. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know which Jews are the power. I'm not in those circles. He is. And that's what I'm saying. So he's aligning himself to explain to us why. And remember last week we talked about it, and you was like, well, he's just saying a bunch of stuff, not really. And now that he's actually explaining himself, now he gets canceled.
But is he?
Huh?
But is he?
Oh, 1,000%.
What's he explaining?
Just that. He's explaining who's his problems with. Before, it was like clouds. It was like he would say things and you would have to decipher. And I remember you said that, and I didn't really have a strong answer to reply to you. I was like, well, yeah, you kind of right. You kind of have to know. And
I don't think that's changed in the last week.
Oh, it's changed.
That
interview, it was 3 hours.
You just said it was basically a mild touch at that issue.
It's not a mild touch.
You said it was.
No, and I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Mild touch as far as the abrasiveness, the harshness. It was mild in the harshness against Jews versus when blacks come on these platforms to talk about other blacks, how harmful it is, how abrasive, how aggressive it is. And all Kanye did was a little harmful stuff, you know, as far as and I may take that back as well, because some people hear stuff and it hurts them worse than others, right? So, but what I'm saying is he didn't go out and kill 20 Jews in a lyric. You know what I mean? He didn't go out and fucking rape 20, Jews' wives. You know what I mean? He didn't do that like we do with our own.
I understand that point.
So that's what I meant by
your
that.
point was powerfully made in that, and I agree with that 100%. I guess what I'm saying is the gist of the Kanye statements you read regarding the Jewish, he basically stated something that is a well-known fact. It's unique that he said it as a prominent black artist, and it's
not publicized.
What you mean?
It could be well known. Is it well known like the sky is blue? I mean, but it's never publicized, and nobody talks about it. That's what I'm saying.
See, I've heard that. I mean, like, I've heard that for years.
I haven't. You heard it at water cooler talk. I haven't heard it on TV. I haven't heard it on podcasts. I haven't heard it in the national media. I haven't heard it in places that we need to hear it to create change.
Like what is MGM? It's 3 Jewish names.
MGM?
The movie theater, the studio.
No. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, but this is another thing.
Harvey
too.
Weinstein.
You can name them, and we know where they're at. But also, what he's doing is he's also telling you who they are and what they've done, how they've harmed and held black people.
What did
back.
he say?
So
in that regard?
He's talking about the record contracts. He named some to be specific, but just off the top of my head, I'm not gonna be able to remember. But he's talking about the record contracts and how systemically over the years, how the Jewish company and most of the bigger record labels are owned by them.
Yeah.
And how they systemically screwed over black artists time after time after time. He's talked about the entertainment with actors and actresses. He named specific ones and movies and labels and whatever, and that's what I'm saying. So he's being specific in that point as well, and he's naming names. You know what I mean?
Who did he call out?
I can look. I can look it up. I don't know these people. So the names kind of went in one and out the other. But my point is that I just think this is the perfect way to bring about change. Not going up and marching up and down the fucking street. Not fucking turning your left cheek so the right cheek can get pounded like your left cheek. None of that. Find out where the power structure is, who is holding the black people back for thousands of years, and attack that power structure the best way you possibly can. It has to start from there. And that's the most common sense to me. I've been saying it, but it takes it takes a powerful movement to knock down a powerful movement. So it takes powerful people to do that. And he's in that circle where he can affect that change. But people are scared. 50 Cent went on Breakfast Club. And 50 Cent, of course, is in these circles as well because he has these big shows that go on these networks and these platforms. And he just says, you know what? I don't think Kanye is crazy. I think he knows exactly what he's saying, but he's in a dangerous place. He's in a dangerous place. I wouldn't dare to go down that route. And that's been the problem. That's what Malcolm X talked about, you know, for his time on this earth, and that might be why he got knocked out. And it's very dangerous. But it's either that or it's either do fucking nothing, because the rest of this shit is making us look dumb.